Honorable Mr. Justice Dr. Syed Muhammad Anwar for his comments.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Honorable Chief Justice of Pakistan, Honorable Judges of Supreme Court, Honorable Chief Justices and Judges of High Courts, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. The theme of this session is quite vast, but I will try to remain as brief as possible. Before highlighting the working of the Federal Shariat Court since its establishment in 1980, I would like to say a few words as a prelude which I think are relevant to the theme of this session and to the current phase through which our polity is passing. The current situation can be viewed from different angles, but in the context of this conference, the importance of constitutionalism in a democracy is required to be highlighted. On the very outset, there exists no conflict between the two. Constitutionalism and democracy both complement each other in any polity. It is an interesting paradox that a democratic parliament drafts the constitution, which in turn protects the parliament, the democratic norms in a society and the fundamental rights of every citizen. The judiciary is the custodian of the constitution, hence it ensures the democratic value in a society. It maintains check and balance on the use of power and guarantees access to justice. Some jurists and political scientists talk about an inherent flaw within a democratic system, which they refer to as tyranny of majority or dilemma of democracy. This means the majority may affect the interest of those who are in minority, be it a religious minority, political minority, socio-economic minority, ethno-lingual minority, or minority of any other category. Therefore, in every democracy, the right of minorities of any kind are protected through the Constitution. It is the judiciary which creates balance in a democratic society by upholding its constitutional norms. Hence, the supremacy of Constitution is necessary to protect the right of the people. The same direction is given to us by Allah in the Holy Quran in Surah Syed, verse 26. Fahkum bainan nas bil haqq, so judge between men with justice. This sentence of the verse from the Holy Quran is also mentioned on the emblem of the Honorable Supreme Court. The Holy Quran has given a clear, comprehensive concept of justice system. Rather, it is imperative on every Muslim to remain just and maintain justice in every aspect of his life, individually as well as collectively. The Holy Quran has used different words for justice, including qist, adl, and hakam. Each one of these words have deep meanings and gives us a clear guidance for way to justice, but due to deficiency of time, I will skip those details, and for the sake of brevity, I will only point out that those words used in different verses of the Holy Quran give us a comprehensive picture of distributive justice, equitable or corrective justice, and procedural justice. Above all, the word al-haq, as used in Surah Sad, duly highlighted the importance of constitutionalism in a society. This is because the word haq has many connotations, but its literal meaning is conformity to justice. In the context of our system, this means establishing justice through conformity to the Constitution. One may say that al-haq is the existential mechanism on which the working of an entire society hinge. The Federal Shariat Court has played a very important role to uphold the supremacy of the Constitution. Chapter 3A of Part 7 of the Constitution deals with the working and jurisdiction of Federal Shariat Court. The Federal Shariat Court has a special jurisdiction of an exclusive nature to examine any law or custom that is whether or not that law or custom is repugnant to the injunction of Islam as laid down in the Quran and Sunnah of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. In addition to that, it has the appellate jurisdiction of criminal cases where the charge is framed under any of the hudud law. Since its establishment in 1980, it has given a number of landmark judgments in Shariat petitions to set the Islamic course of the society as per the Constitution of 1973. Till date, a total number of 6,171 Shariat petitions and connected matters were filed, out of which 6,132 have been disposed of. Hence, the disposal is around 99%. Currently, 39 Shariat petitions are pending disposal wherein provision of different laws are challenged. On appellate and reference side, 27,654 cases were filed, out of which 27,635 have been disposed of. The rate of disposal is around 99% again. Resultantly, there is a zero backlog of pendency in Shariat Court. The Federal Shariat Court has also played a vital role in providing a judicial forum in order to channelize the Islamic will of the people in accordance with the Constitution of Pakistan. To highlight this aspect of the Federal Shariat Court, I will refer to some of the judgment out of an extensive list. For example, a very inhuman and un-Islamic custom was being practiced in different parts of provinces of KP and Sindh with the name of Sawara and Vani, under which, on the pretext of Badle Sulh or consideration for settlement of a dispute, girls from the families of perpetrating party were forcibly given in marriage to the family of the victim party against their will, according to the local Jirga verdict. This inhuman and un-Islamic custom was declared against the injunction of Islam and Sunnah in its judgment. Furthermore, any forced marriage which took place as a result of this custom was also declared against the Islamic law. In another important judgment, it was declared that under Islamic principles, a woman can be appointed as judge. Hence, misconception about this issue was removed from the society through the judgment passed in the case of Ansar Barni versus Federation of Pakistan. In case titled Muhammad Imtiaz and others versus State, it was held that nikah of an adult girl is not invalid for want of permission of a wali. Similarly, the tax regime was also challenged, stating that it is inconsistent to the Islamic injunction. But in a judgment titled Fazlur Rahman bin Muhammad versus Federation of Pakistan, it was declared that this tax regime is not inconsistent to Islamic injunction. In addition to that, the judgment has also highlighted the objective of collection of zakat and ushr by the state. The Federal Shariat Court, through a number of its judgments, introduced the concept of compensation and compromise in offenses committed against the human body, which was not provided in the penal code earlier. This ultimately paved the way for a number of criminal cases to settle amicably. The concept of private ownership of property in Islam was carefully highlighted in the case of Qazalbash versus Chief Land Commissioner Punjab, which helped the country in moving away from the socialist political views which were gaining grounds under the garb of nationalization of private assets, which was not in conformity with the Islamic teaching in trade, business, and private ownership. Similarly, the Federal Shariat Court has given a judgment prohibiting riba in banking transactions and to introduce Islamic economics, which promotes non-exploitative, asset-based, risk-sharing, and interest-free economy in Pakistan. In cases which were triable by military courts, no right of appeal against the decision of military court before any forum of higher judiciary was available. This practice was declared un-Islamic by the Federal Shariat Court. Consequently, the armed forces amended their respective laws, and now the right of appeal is available to every personnel of armed forces in a forum other than the military court. There is a long list of judgments which has settled very crucial issues of the society in the light of injunction of Quran and Sunnah. Due to paucity of time, all cannot be explained. All those judgments are available on the website of the Federal Shariat Court. Like every constitutional court of Pakistan, the Federal Shariat Court has duly upheld our constitution with its true Islamic essence through an unwavering pursuit of constitutionalism. May the scale of justice favor constitutionalism, and may the scale of justice uphold the constitutional right of every citizen. Ameen. Thank you.